marketing, what all things do we cover in digital marketing. So I hope you all will enjoy the session. Ansh, probably we can start.
Sure, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. So, hello, good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to the masterclass of digital marketing. So, I'll start by presenting the screen. Let me know if it's visible or not.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So, today we are going to talk about digital marketing. But before we move ahead, just let me know in the chat box or unmute yourself as I cannot see the chat box. Have you guys ever heard of digital marketing? Or have you guys
Yes,
have
sir.
a knowledge of digital marketing? Do you know what digital marketing is?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, see, digital marketing has been a buzzword recently, and you guys would understand many people have become a good businessman or a millionaire, you can say, with digital marketing, just digital marketing. Many of you might know these keywords, these jargons, and some might don't know these heavy jargons. It is deliberately placed so that you guys give it a thought like what these jargons are. Today, we are going to discuss about what digital marketing entirely is, what it entails, and how we can make use of digital marketing in our day-to-day life or in our business. Now, let's proceed ahead with the overview. Now, what is the agenda of today's session? Now, we are going to identify what is digital marketing, why are people going online, search engine optimization, pay per click, social media marketing, digital marketing measurements, how digital marketing evolved. As you guys know, some of these jargons have clearly been defined here, but in the upcoming sessions, we would be discussing these jargons thoroughly. Now, I would request you to note these pointers down. As we move ahead, I'm going to ask questions based on this. So please take some time, either take a screenshot or take a pen or paper, just note these pointers down. I'll wait for 10 seconds, then I'll move ahead. Yeah, so I think we are good to go. So talking about digital marketing, now can you guys please let me know, any one of you or every one of you, can you please unmute yourself and tell me what digital marketing is? According to you, maybe your definition you're made up. What digital marketing to you means? Just please unmute yourself and tell me.
Sir, I will say, sir.
Sure.
Sir, it is one of the main important things, sir. Either companies or should have either marketing, because nowadays people are seeing by buying online only, sir. Very things, so many things. I can say people are just buying all the things. Even essential needs also they are buying in online, sir. So digital marketing is a very best platform to the people, sir.
Okay.
Because nowadays people are using phones, laptops, and sir.
Yes, right. Anyone else would like to give it a try? What digital marketing is?
Yeah.
Sure.
Digital marketing is basically using like internet to promote or to increase a business or be it a product or services for that matter. And how we use different social media platforms available in internet over internet, and like how we reach out to people through these means.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah. So digital marketing is basically is also called online marketing, in which we promote our brand, products or services to the potential customers in order to like make them aware of our services and products. whether it's with the help of email or using social media platforms.
Yeah, nice. So I'll just move ahead. You guys are correct. Now, digital marketing. To identify digital marketing, you need to identify what is marketing. Marketing is creating value for your customers, providing or satisfying the need of your customers in order to capture value from them. What is the value here? Value is the profit. Now, digital marketing is the process of building and maintaining customer relationship through online activities to generate sales or generate or capture customers. But if we put it simply, what it simply means, getting found online. With the advent of digitization, you can see many of us are on digital platforms. Even in the times of COVID pandemic, we are using digital medium to connect. And this is very important for us as lot many people are on this platform. So it's imperative for the companies to capture these customers. That's why you would be seeing a boom in the digital campaigns as compared to TV campaigns. That's why digital campaigns are trending these days. Anyone would like to give an example of any digital campaign they heard of or they found online recently?
Cred probably. Cred ka IPL mein I see a lot of that is also part of digital marketing, right?
Yes, right. So Cred has created a buzz. Even if you guys search of Magic Pin on the advertisements of Cred, Magic Pin created a wonderful online advertisement. It generated a lot of views and a lot of online sensation. Why? Because they were earlier not known properly, but because of these campaigns, their reach increased worldwide. Their reach increased among the customers because these customers are more and more using online platforms. Now, I would like you to focus on this image. Just have a look on this image. Can you see those connecting dots? This is the core of digital marketing. If you see SEO, video, social network, email, ads, these all are interlinked and working together. That is why digital marketing doesn't stand alone. It is the combination of a lot of efforts that people put in, be it ad, be it SEO, be it video, be it social network. Even if you create a YouTube video, you need a SEO for that as well. For that video to come up in the top of the YouTube search results. You can search on any YouTube, you can search on the YouTube search bar and anything you can search and you can find the videos, the video on the top of which has the best SEO. Now let's move on. Why do people go online? Now, please tell me before we move on, please tell me what do you guys think? Why do people go online? What is the need to go online?
Sir, because people want to explore and know thousands of information going around them.
Okay.
That's why they use Google, Instagram, Facebook, these different kinds of social media platforms.
Okay, great. Anyone else? Why do people go online?
If they want to buy something, so they will get more information about that product by searching on Google and other social media platforms.
Okay, anyone else?
I want to add one more point that people
Please
go
go ahead.
online because they want to spend less time.
Okay, less time as in how less time? In researching.
Yes. No. Actually,
Convenience factor you are talking about,
yes,
right?
convenience.
Okay.
Sir, can I add one point? One more
Sure,
point?
go ahead.
Sir, because of laziness, sir, can I say the word?
No, laziness is not the correct word, I would say. You are partially correct. Because see, most of the information is available online. If you
Yes,
don't
sir.
have anything online, why would you go online? Information is the first thing that is available online, and people are in search of those information. I'll just move ahead and tell you how it works, the dynamics. People are being curious about the information that is available online. You guys must have heard this phrase, data is the new oil. Why data is the new oil? Marketers are searching online for the data of customers. Even people are searching for various information, like in this pandemic duration, people are going online for search of things, for search of remedies, what COVID is. So a lot of information has been added online. This is the value for people, that they want to know something about this information. They want to search something from that pile of information. Try and understand it as a library. You go to library because you want to search some book. That is the need of people. And for example, if you have a blog, you are targeting a particular set of customers, like you have a food blog. You want to target people who are foodies. So the people who are searching, that is why you need to know why do people go online. You need to identify their need. On the basis of need, you target them. And this is how digital marketing works. First, it starts with identification of need. Now we'll move ahead. Just a basic intro of digital marketing. I hope everyone is clear what digital marketing is. Please let me know if you have any questions right now in digital marketing part. You guys can unmute yourself and speak. And those who are writing in the chat box, anyone can volunteer and speak on their behalf. So I'll just wait for 5-10 seconds. Please let me know you guys have any question what digital marketing is. Okay, I guess that's a no. So now we are moving on to one step ahead. What is search engine optimization? Now, there is a high chance that many of you might not be aware of this, but I would like to ask from the audience, what do you guys know about it? Anything you know about it, just let me know. Please unmute yourself and speak.
Search engine optimization is basically using the right tags for your product or your search. So basically it is googling what you want, but by using right terms, by using right tags.
Okay, partially correct. It is one aspect. Anyone else would like to volunteer?
Yeah. So basically, SEO is like in which we search our content in order to like rank higher on pages, I guess.
Yes.
Google page. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Sir, it is defined to the presence of product in सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स लाइक हमारा गूगल हो गया और भी कुछ जो हमारे सोशल मीडियाज होते हैं उन तक हमारी चीजों की लिस्ट पहुंचाना ये होता है हमारा सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन.
Okay. Anyone else? Last person.
So search engine.
Yes.
Yeah, search engine sites are like where we go and search, like where the words have more traffic. We use those words in order to gain more traffic into that particular website or particular page.
Yeah.
You're getting what I'm saying?
So what is search engine optimization? As the name suggests, optimizing for the search engine. Optimizing what? I'll tell you ahead. But before that, I want to tell you a story about Flipkart. You guys know Flipkart started in Bangalore. It started as a company who sells books. At that time, books was a very easy medium to gain trust of the audience. And it was the time where no one was trusting the internet. Even the venture capitalists, those who extend investment in the company, they weren't willing to give those Bansals, Sachin and Binny Bansals, any amount because of this. Now, search engine optimization, how it helped them. So since it was starting as a book company, so they wanted any user who searched for any term on Google, which is related to book, they wanted to rank on top. As you know, there are millions of search results on Google. But many of us don't even move to the second page of Google. We generally click on the top links, right? Can you guys relate? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. So either you guys don't move to the second page. Also, this is also the case that you don't like scroll beneath 5 or 6 results. Like you guys only liable to click among 5 or 6 results on top. That is why search engine optimization is necessary to attract more traffic on your website. And they optimized their website, Sachin and Binny Bansal, Flipkart.com, they optimized it whenever anyone searched for any book, they used to rank on top. And that is how it helped Flipkart. And it can help a lot of companies search and optimize because you want your users to visit your website. If any company who's selling a product, say Amazon, if it doesn't rank on top, it might lose millions of customers. That is why it's very important. So what is search engine optimization? As you guys can see, this definition is crap, okay? Don't try to get into the words. Just try and understand. It is optimizing your content in the website. It is optimizing either your web page or a website. Now let me know if you guys know the difference between a website and a web page. A website is the domain name. It may represent your entire website, while a web page is just a part of the website. For example, if you create a blog, about a section is the web page, whereas the entire blog is the website. So either the website or the web page, it helps to rank them on top. You need to optimize the content of the website according to the algorithm of Google. Now, you guys must be aware that it is search engine optimization. Therefore, it works on other search engine as well. Like, it is not limited to Google. It can be on Yahoo. It can be on Branch, that is of Microsoft. It can be on any other platform. So whatever search engine it is necessary for us to optimize our content with respect to the algorithm of search engine. And for algorithm of search engine, what you do, you Google, because Google also wants the top results that are on the top are relevant to the customers or relevant to their visitors. Okay, so that's why they publish their algorithms, not entirely, but some parts of the update. I'll move ahead and show you the image. Now, I don't want you to focus on this part. I want you to focus on this green part. Okay. Whenever you search for anything, you see ads on top and the results here. Which are not represented by ads in the site. Let me show you this as an example. Just a sec. So, just a sec. I'll just do one thing. I'll just write digital marketing course. Now what you see it is written ad here. It is written ad here. It is written ad here. Don't focus on this. It takes money. But here it is not written ad, and it is learn digital with Google. Why it is ranked on top? It is ranked on top because it has the best in class SEO. Its content has been optimized with the algorithm of Google. But irony is that it is itself a part of the Google, this platform or this website. Okay. I hope it is clear. Can we get a yes or no from your end?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions with respect to search engine optimization till this part? I'll move ahead. Okay, I think no. So you need to understand there are two types of search engine optimization. One is on page, one is off page. Who is aware of on page and off page SEO? Can they unmute yourself and speak? Okay, so let me tell you what is the difference between on-page and off-page SEO. On-page SEO, which is done on the page itself. Here, as Nibha, I guess, mentioned, it includes multiple aspects. It includes keyword optimization. What is a keyword? I searched for digital marketing course on Google. That digital marketing course is a keyword. Every word is a keyword there. So optimizing with respect to keywords. Okay. Optimizing how you place those keywords when you are writing a content. You place those keywords in your content. Like digital marketing course must be placed in the content if I open one of the websites. Now meta description. What is a meta description? I think I need to show you here as well. Now you guys see this line, this two lines. It is a meta description. Okay. This tells you like what this page or what this website has for you. Like, see, the fees for digital marketing course in Lucknow range, right? Now, if you see this part, it is called rich snippet. It is also part of SEO. It is covered in schema markup. There are several of schema available online. That this hyperlink, it is called rich snippet. But you need to focus on meta description, the title, fundamentals of digital marketing. And if you see, I have searched digital marketing course. Now, digital marketing is matching the keyword. This is one of the aspect. Now, if you see in meta description, this keyword is matching digital marketing. Okay. Also, if you see the link, you need to place the link properly. If you see, it is course digital marketing. The keyword is also in the link itself. If I open this, you'll understand it. Let's wait while it's opening. See, this here, it is generally referred as slug or URL. Here also the keyword is present. So this is the part of digital on-page SEO. Just a second. And also you need to take care of several other things, which is using proper tags. Although tags are old, title tag is the heading itself. Quality content. The content should be for human, not for the robots or the bots for Google. You want your customer to come on your website, so you need to offer them a content that they are seeking. You need to satisfy their need. And that's why you need to create a quality content. If they don't find a content, they'll bounce off the website. Now coming to off-page SEO, what is this? It contains of backlinks, domain authority, social signals, pay-per-click, and all that is heavy jargon, nothing else. I'll tell you what is off-page SEO. Off-page SEO is relationship building. Whenever you visit Wikipedia, you see there are a lot of references. I'll just show you one thing. Let's say Vladimir Putin. I open on Wikipedia. You see there are a lot of references here. It might link to itself, it might link to other websites. Okay. When it is adding a link for external website, it is providing this website a backlink. And that is the backlink. Whenever your content is quality, let's say you have a blog, your friend also has a blog. You write about food, your friend write about fitness. Now, let's say your friend is mentioning the diet and he finds your content very good. He mentions the link of the diet plan just below the diet plan of your website. He's providing you one backlink. Okay. So this is the backlink. That's how it works. The more the number of backlinks, the more the number of users who are referring to your website, the more is your domain authority, the more is power of your domain, the more is trustworthy to Google. It thinks that yes, people trust you. So Google will also trust you. Okay. Now, as I was mentioning, that search engine optimization for on-page and off-page content is the king. And you guys need to understand that there should be a proper heading, there should be a proper format, there should be a proper paragraph, because you are writing for human. Okay. And this is the example here. When you see the content is very much divided. Early life, whenever you click on this, you would be referred to early life. That's why you need to be good at content writing. Although you might not be a proficient writer, but even if you are writing a basic content, it should be formatted properly with images, with videos, because today is the culture of video and you can't leave videos behind. You need to add videos on your website. And that is an important part. And if you see image has been there, image is added there. So the important part here is that with content, with proper formatting, with proper heading, you also need to place the images so that people are able to identify what it is all about. Okay. Now this is the search engine optimization. Anyone please unmute yourself and tell me if they have any questions in search engine optimization. I'll wait for 5 seconds. If anyone has any question, they have any doubt, or do I need to explain anything again, they might unmute themselves and speak it. Because it is very important. Whenever you are starting your blog, which you must, it is very important for you to understand what SEO is. And we'll also talk about it deep in other sessions.
Hey, I need to ask something. I didn't get that point, that paid thing and the non-paid thing you told no. So my video got freeze, so that's why I couldn't get that.
Okay, sure. I'll show you. Just a second. See, I have searched for digital marketing course on Google. Okay. Here you can see an ad, 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 right? But this part, this is not an ad. It is organically ranked page. What is organically ranked page? Wherein you don't have to spend even a penny to rank on Google on top. This website is on top because it has a good SEO on page and off page. With proper SEO, you can rank on top. You don't need to use ads. These ads charge you a lot of money, and you don't want to spend money whenever you are starting a blog or a company because you don't have that budget. So it is very imperative for you to optimize your page, web page or a website. I hope that's clear, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? Any question in search engine optimization, or do I need to explain any aspect? Can I get a yes or no? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So how we can make quality SEO? How we can work upon that?
You can work upon that by doing the following things. Okay.
So for example, if I have a web page, I have to make it in the top ranking for the SEO. How we can work upon that?
Okay, sure. So first we need to be here clear with few things. You have a website. For example, you have your own blog. Okay. You have your own blog. You write about, let's say, food. You write about food. Okay. And you want your users to come on your website and to visit those websites, even make purchase if you are selling something. Okay. Now, for that, you need to be either in the first page of Google and in the top 5 results because maximum audience come there. So for that, what you need to do here, you can do is first you need to understand that you have to perform an on-page SEO. Why on-page SEO? Whenever Google has a crawler, you can call it a spider or a crawler. It is a robot, you can call. It goes into thousands of search engine pages. It goes into thousands of websites, thousands of web pages. It identifies the content. It has several algorithms. So it checks what is the size of the heading. Is it H1 tag? Is it H2 tag? Is it a different tag? So your heading need to be properly. Then what your content is about. Is it relevant to the keyword you are planning? Like say you are writing about a good food in the pandemic, a tired food in the pandemic, or after COVID recovery, what should be the food? Okay. So are you using the proper keywords for which you are targeting? It sees that how the content is written. It doesn't check the grammar. It checks what is the heading, is the image added properly, what is the size of the image, what is the alignment of the text. Okay, for that I'll show you one of the example. You'll get to know about it better. Let's say we have a company called planningtank.com. You see that there is a heading, planningtank.com. It has a blog, career advice. This is the heading of the blog. Okay. Now you see there is a paragraph. Then again there is proper heading, introduction. Then it is penultimate. There are proper bullets. Okay. And there is a link as well. So these are the aspects which you need to focus upon. There is also an image. So see, first, your content should be defined properly. that is with headings. Then you must add images so that people are able to relate with it. People just don't find it plain content, people find it interactive with it. Then you provide a link to the other pages because you want the user to be on your website, just not read this article and go away. Like if I'm done with this article, I'll exit it. But if I want my audience to read another page, I'll click on this link, I'll transfer to their one of other block, then I'll start reading again. So this is the type of user retention. Google sees every aspect. So this is the part of on page. Now for off page, what can you do? You can either go and do guest posting. What is guest posting? You can write on others' blog and add the link of your website. You can do directory. Like there are several platforms you can write on Quora, then add a link. There is a directory thing that is a gray hat technique where you go on different directories, you add your link there, you spam there, literally spam there. You go on YouTube, you spam your link. So whenever you are getting a backlink, that increases your off page, and these increases your chance of landing better on Google search engine result. Now for that also you need to be updated with the algorithm of Google. So just search latest algorithms for search engine optimization. I hope that is clear.
Yeah, and guys, we have a detailed session planned for SEO also. So we'll be covering the details about like search engine optimization, how actually we do it, what are the different techniques which we can employ to rank our web page higher onto the Google search, right? So all those will be covered in the following follow-up sessions for all those things. So this is just an introductory session so that you all understand like what are the different flavors of digital marketing, what are the components covered in a digital marketing, and in depth we'll be covering in the follow-up sessions on these things.
Sure.
Sure.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to ask you about, have you guys ever heard of PPC? Pay per click. Have you guys ever heard of this jargon?
Yes.
Can I get a yes or no? Unmute yourself and speak. No. Okay. Others? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. You guys haven't heard of pay per click.
No, sir.
Nice.
Yes,
This is
sir.
going to be interesting. So pay per click. Can those who have said yes, can anyone unmute themselves and tell me what is PPC according to them? What is the pay per click according to them? Those who have said yes, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Sir, according to some algorithms, whenever we click on a link or something, then automatically they get some income or they get paid. That is what pay per click, I think.
Nice. So without further ado, I'll just proceed ahead. What is PPC? PPC, as you mentioned correctly, is pay per click. Okay. What is pay per click? Let me tell you. Now I was talking about SEO. For example, your website is not ranking in the top 5 results. Okay. Even not in the first page of the Google. Now what can you do? You have a lot of money and you have a certain budget for this advertisement thing. Now what you do is create this budget. Okay. For digital marketing course, let's say, and you want your users to see you in the top 4, top 5 with the ads. Okay. Now let's suppose for digital marketing course, per monthly traffic is 1,000 users. Okay. 1,000 users are visiting per month, and cost for every user who is clicking on this link is 2 rupees. Okay. Now, whenever you are bidding for a keyword or whenever you are planning to rank on Google, you need to pay a certain amount based on number of people visiting and also what is the cost per click. This is called CPC. What is the cost per click is whenever you have placed an ad on Google, whenever someone clicks on this link, this website would be charged by Google because Google is sponsoring their ad on its search results above all the search results. So it would be charging them a small amount. This is the CPC they are charging for every users. Now this is a tricky part. Now let's say these 1,000 users are visiting monthly and you have a very small budget, okay? And it has a CPC of $10 per user. Now multiply 1,000 by 10,000, you will get $10,000 as your expense And it is no guarantee when someone clicks on this link, it is no guarantee that I'll purchase this product. I'll just click and I just bounce off. Okay. So you need to be careful with pay per click. Okay. Now just try and read this. Sponsored online advertising that is used on a wide range, including search engines. So I showed you on search engines. It is also used on websites. Now tell me, have you ever experienced that you search for shoes online and you visit different websites, you start seeing the images of shoes? Has this ever happened to anyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Google has a complex algorithm. What it does is it tries and understand your by your cookies, it tries to understand by your traces what you have searched for. Then it shows you that advertisement. Whenever you click on that ad, those who is paying Google for this advertisement would be charged. But whenever someone clicks on it, if someone not clicks on it, they won't be charged for showing the advertisement. So one of the good aspect for this is you can create the brand awareness with this. Suppose if no one is clicking on this ad, but they are knowing it, they are seeing it. Yes, I am seeing crayons. Yes, I am seeing Myntra, right? So advertisers, what they do is place bids on keywords because everyone wants to use the ads to gain some income. Okay. But only several who place higher bids gets ranked. What is the bidding? They throw in some amount that I would give this much amount. If someone throws higher, they would rank. Okay. And also, one of the most important advice to you is if you are using a blog which is not selling a product, you should not use a pay per click. Why? Because if someone is selling a product, if they are being charged for a click, they can manage those expenses by the revenues, by the amount they are getting from the product that is being sold. But if you are not selling any product, if you are using a blog, it would just an expense for you because any user who would visit your website wouldn't buy anything because you are not selling. Okay. So this is the one of the most important thing that you need to keep in mind, or you can write it down. Now you can also take the screenshot of this. I have showed you practically what it means, how it means. This is the ad placement for instant traffic. Now some website is not experiencing the traffic, they want to create a buzz, instant traffic is created. Now the very important and the most interesting part is social media marketing. You guys are a lot of you guys are active on social media. You are using social media here in Crayons as well, so it will help you in your digital marketing strategies using social media. So please tell me, anyone unmute themselves. I know I am going to get a lot of responses for social media marketing. What according to you is social media marketing? What do you think it is?
So when we use social media to promote something, that is called social media marketing.
Okay, anyone else?
So it's basically to increase the awareness of a brand for a business.
Okay. Anyone else? Chalo, let's do one thing. I'll just change my question. What do you think the most important ingredient is for social media marketing? Because you see there are a lot of campaigns there, lot of ads. You just skip it, you don't like it, you just cancel it. But what is the most eye-catching thing? What is the most important ingredient for social media marketing that industry demands? Not tell me, this is a tricky question, but you can give it a try. Tell me, unmute yourself and speak.
The hashtag or
okay.
If we tag someone like suppose I'm having a COVID awareness page on Instagram also, so I used to tag some COVID awareness other pages and vaccination pages.
Okay.
And I use some hashtags, some high, some low, and some.
Okay.
Also, you can say if you want to increase your reach on Instagram, you have to don't use the same hashtags, the same people you used to always mention, because the Instagram or the Facebook will think that you are doing the same thing again and again, and you are not putting your efforts on your work, so they will not put your product or put any kind of work or your content to any higher level, or they will not that much spread.
Yeah, sure. I understood your point, and let's say what others have to say. Anyone else? What is the most important ingredient for social media marketing?
Sir, according to me,
I need one-line answers. Only one-line answers. Although it is one word only, but I need only one-line answers. Just try and explain it in one line. Go ahead.
sir, users like which kind
Number of followers.
Okay. Okay.
Promote.
Okay. Others? What do you guys think? Going with the trend. Okay.
Sir, pictures, offers, that's it.
Pictures, offers. Okay.
Comments for better.
Engagement. Okay. All right. Yeah, you might be correct. Okay. I'm not denying these facts. These are some of the aspects which is, yes, responsible and important aspect of social media marketing. I'll tell you what is the most important ingredient is creativity. Okay. Now you guys might think social media is only FB, Twitter, LinkedIn, so on and so forth, but it is also TikTok. TikTok is also a social media platform. And also recently you guys must heard of some news of banning the social media platforms. And influencers getting affected by it. You know, there are a lot of influencers who have millions using social media marketing. Virat Kohli earns more money from his social media advertisements, endorsements than he's earning with cricket, you know?
Yes, sir.
So creativity is the most important ingredient. Now, let's say you guys must have heard of Zomato. Their campaigns. You guys have visited their Instagram pages, seen their campaigns, their ads.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How catchy it is, how creative it is, right?
Yes.
So the creativity is the most important ingredient. If you don't use a proper hashtag, it wouldn't mean. If you don't have followers, it would gain eventually because your creativity is there. Okay. So social media marketing is just a medium. Social media is just a medium. Okay. And marketing is a mode of communication. You are communicating with your audiences like a newspaper or a radio. Social media is a platform where all the users are readily available. Marketers need to do is identify their audience and pitch in a creative content or a eye-catching content. You guys heard of movement marketing? Like the Suez Canal thing or Bernie Sanders? You guys heard of movement marketing or seen any of this campaign? No? Okay. So this is interesting. You guys haven't seen that? Okay. And who has seen that Gopi Bawala song? Rasode mein kaun
Yes,
tha?
sir.
So that is also a buzz. Using the current trend, okay? Using the current trend and using it as a strength is moment marketing. Now you guys must have heard Vinod. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Vinod Tharu. Okay, I'll just use Rasode mein kaun tha wala campaign, okay? I think most of you are familiar with the concept. By Indian brands. Also, Pauri Ho Rahi Hai. You guys must have seen that also.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
See, McDonald's के रसोड़े में fries है. Using moment marketing, it has around 25.3k tweets, and I cannot show you the analytics for this, but you can see how the other brands are using it. Not only brands, people are also using it to increase their awareness or gain followers. So this is how, see, this is, I think this is of Paytm, okay? Phone par kaun tha. Now, it is why it is necessary, because it is eye-catching, first of all. Secondly, it is very cheap. What you do is apply your creativity and create a moment marketing. Just like a person said to Paytm, that Paytm, just show a spirit, be sporty, change your username to Vinod. Paytm changed their username to Vinod. That is the power of moment marketing. That is why social media marketing is very important for you guys. Try and understand. I'll tell you how you guys can do it in the upcoming parts. Now, campaigns. This is one of the campaign that I have took. KitKats have a break with KitKat campaign. Okay, they have explained what is a campaign. Do you guys know?
No, sir.
And who has unmuted themselves? Can you please mute? Because I am getting a voice. Yes. So if you guys don't know a campaign, I'll tell you. A campaign is a series of marketing images or marketing efforts wherein they're trying to tell something in that series. Now you, a crayons user, I'll tell you what campaign for you can be. Okay. Campaign generally begins with a hashtag. Now I'll show you. Also, you guys must have heard of hashtag Ghar Ka Khana, right? Such campaigns are really trending. Now, for you, like hashtag crayons, what can be the campaign? You can make a series of videos telling that crayons is a platform where you can get free notes and sell your notes. This is a teaser. Then you can create a subsequent videos like how you can explore the platform, what is the buy section, what is the sell section, how you can sell notes. In the third part, you can explain further about how to explore the profile, how to explore the app. So this is how you can create a campaign called hashtag crayons. And this hashtag would remain same in every single post you do. So that is a campaign, a series of marketing efforts. Just have a look at it and try and understand what they're trying to say in this campaign. They're trying to say, have a break. And what they have used here, moment marketing, we were on a break. Those who have seen Friends series on Netflix, Ross Geller always tells everyone regarding Rachel that we were on a break. Okay? So they have used this as a tactic. So you guys need to be socially aware what is happening in social media to get the moment marketing. Now, coming to ROI, this is the last segment, but this is not the end of the digital marketing. It goes beyond that. I'll just tell you what ROI is. Anyone who have heard of return on investment? Because some of them are finance students here.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what it is. Return on investment. What is?
Return on investment is like basically how much you are gaining a profit or like whatever after your base investment. Like.
Okay. Anyone else would like to give it a try? What is the return on investment?
The return on investment is something that we earn after we have invested something, after we have done investment.
Okay, I'll just give you a simple example for that. Suppose you are investing your efforts, okay, in this internship. You must have something expectation, be it certificate, be it stipend or anything. The effort you are investing in your internship and the results that you would get at the end of internship is the certificate or stipend or anything, or like best intern award or anything, goodies. The return you are getting for your efforts, the prizes you are getting, is the return on investment. It is how much efforts you put in, what is you are getting. Okay. Now, since I have told you that PPC and SEO or other things, you are putting your mind in it, you are putting your content in it, you are putting your efforts in it, you are putting your money in AdWords like pay per click. Okay. So Google Analytics is the analytics, very advanced analytics. It is generally can be attached to your website using various methods. And that is something we are going to discuss in the later part. But what Google Analytics does is track the users who are coming to your website. Now see, let's say website traffic, locations, metrics overflow. It tells you everything about the user who are getting on your page. For example, a user is liking a particular page you have created and they are only visiting that page. So it helps you identify what is in that page that is interesting them. So you can like change your content accordingly in the other pages. Okay. Now it also tells you what are the current live users on your website. It is so advanced. It can tell you that how many users are visiting from which platform, like from which devices, desktop, mobile, tablet, or social networks. Can you guys see? And it also tells you that who are new, who are returning. Why is it important for you to understand these things? You need to understand, for example, you are operating a website and selling a product that is meant for only India. But you see a lot of viewers are from United States, you are getting traffic from United States. It tells you that you need to change your content and you need to tailor it with the requirements of Indians. Okay. It also tells you demographics, that is age. What is the age group? And as you can see in this page, this is just a screenshot. The age of 25 to 34 are more likely to come on this page. So you have an idea like which user you want to target. So whenever you are using your advert campaign, you can target those users. To put it simply, analytics gives you an overview of what is happening in your website, which page is more likable than other pages, and what changes can you do on the basis of this. The information is very large in data in analytics. You only need few things to understand this. And for newer businesses, there are several matrices that I will discuss in the upcoming sessions. But you guys just see the images, see the traffic sources, and just identify that. It tells you where your users are coming from, what is their age, and which page they are visiting, and what is the time they are spending, how much time they are spending. Okay. Although this is a boring part, I know, but you guys need to understand this because this is how you measure your performance. Okay. Google Webmasters tool is how you manage your website performance. You manage your URL. You manage your sitemaps. Sitemaps consist of the map of your site. You have seen the map of India, map of world. Sitemap explains similar manner how your website is structured, like home page, about a section, and so on and so forth. Okay, you can see the performance they are showing that number of users you are getting, so on and so date, number of what is the coverage. So you guys just can explore on Google Search Console whenever you create a website, and you cannot explore on Google Search Console without a website. Okay, so you need to have a proper website for this. Now Google AdWords, I discussed this in PPC, pay-per-click. You place ads on Google by Google AdWords. For other search engines, there are different softwares that they provide. For Google, it provides AdWords. Now, whenever you are showing an ad, you want to know how my ad is working out. Which campaign are working, which campaigns are not. Which campaign is causing me money, which campaign is not. As you guys can see, I'll just zoom in. What is the biggest changes in the last 30 days? See, they lost their money in this campaign. However, in this campaign, they gained money, $90, because they are selling a product, they are posting their ads, and they're gaining the amount. And they're posting campaigns, what is the cost, what is the click, what is the CTR. Now you don't need to go into CTR, it's just that try and understand. Okay. How many people are clicking your link? How many people are visiting? Let's say 1,000 users visit, only 1 people click. So it's 0.0, it's 0.1, I guess, your CTR. Okay. It is the percentage of number of users who are clicking your website compared to number of users who are visiting. Agar
Guru, can you just check once with Anshuman? I think we are losing his network probably. Anshuman, you are there? As in, your voice is not coming. Your screen is moving. Yeah.
Yeah, I have just connected with my device, so I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you are back. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So I'll just start presenting. Actually, what happened is there is Wi-Fi down in my area, so I connected via hotspot. Now, I was telling you that what is CTR? I hope CTR is clear with everyone. Okay. Now, if you guys can see what is impression, is number of users who are viewing your search ads on the search result. For example, I searched on digital marketing course. I see it, I scrolled it, then again I see it. Impression is 2. Now, for example, I searched the same thing, I see it once, then I close that page. The impression is 1. So impression is number of times you see. You might see it 100 times, the impression would be 100. Okay. Although you don't need to go in details, I'll explain you that in the further sessions. You just need to understand, it just tells you what everything is all about. Okay. Now for social media monitoring tools, I was waiting for this part to explain you that there are 2 things in social media marketing. One is a paid campaign, one is an unpaid campaign. And since you are intern with us, you don't need to use a paid campaign. Make this very clear. You need to use an organic campaign. Why? You want to enhance your skills, you want to enhance your creativity, which is the core of social media marketing. Now, for unpaid campaigns, you post as usual as you are posting. But you must have seen on Instagram there is a promote button, right? Can anyone tell me that? Have you ever seen that promote button?
Yes, sir.
So for that promote button, you are directed to ad manager wherein you create ad. And best thing about Facebook and Instagram is whenever you place ads on Facebook, it would be reflected on Instagram. You must have seen whenever you are posting something on Facebook, it has the feature to automatically post on Instagram as well, right?
Yes, sir.
So this dashboard just tells you how your ad is working. Okay, what are the top campaigns? Just you can see what is the cost per conversion. Like if your conversion is your target is the user likes and comment. Okay, you're spending your money per users. You are spending $13. That is every user who likes and then comment on your post, you are paying $13. Okay. So this is how it works. There are several other things that you don't need to go in deep. I'll explain you that part in the further sessions. Just understand that it shows the performance, nothing else. Now tell me you guys have any doubt or any questions. We are open to the question answer platform. Anyone who have any question like what the session, any part of the session they don't understand or they would like to give their feedback, what we can improve? Anyone? Can I get a yes or no? Do you have any questions or doubts?
We have the next 5 minutes, as in we are already we have already overshot the time. So we'll have the next 5 minutes as the questionnaires. So please feel free to go ahead and ask as many questions as you want. I think this is a very right moment to get the practical knowledge. So please go ahead and ask any questions you have from Anshuman. We'll love to go ahead and solve your queries. So yeah, and if let's say someone is not having their mic or something, let's say they can also type in the chat their questions. We'll love to take those questions. Yeah.
Can I get a yes or no in the chat box itself? Do you have any question or not? Or do you want to understand anything about social media or any other campaign you would like to share your experience? You have faced any campaign or anything in digital marketing? Just either type it in chat box or unmute yourself and speak. Because if you are also explaining any digital marketing campaign or a social media marketing campaign, you will also like add value to this session and your peers who are listening to you.
Hello, sir.
So I have, yeah, go ahead, Sumatri.
Sir, how we can get proper hashtags or how the content we can get through what hashtags they will be seeing, how we will be getting more audience, so how we will be getting proper quality hashtags.
Okay, so for proper quality hashtag, I think is Shivani here in this meeting? Shivani Chaudhary? I don't know who that intern was in my group. That intern mentioned that For hashtags, what you can do is use some of the top trending hashtags that is relevant to your post. It's not like that you are posting on food using the thing about food or a shoe. You need to have a relevant keyword there, a relevant hashtag there. Okay. And for relevant hashtag, you will search on various websites, top trending hashtags on Twitter, top trending hashtags on Facebook. You can use it. Okay. You can also use several different hashtags like Monday Blues or any other thing which is supportive of your day you are posting. So that is also adding value to that. And don't use a lot of hashtag. You can use 4 or 5 hashtags at max. You don't need to use a lot of hashtags. And generally, I would suggest. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sir, we can use a hashtag Slayer. So it is an app or something where we can see that which is the top trending hashtag for post which you want, or so there will you get the proper hashtag for your post, whether it is related to food or whether it is.
What is the name of the app? Can you type it in the chat box so that other can also try?
Hashtag Slayer.
Just type it in the chat box. And thanks for sharing that. I hope others also like it. Just type the name in the chat box. Yes.
You just suggest that this is in higher competition and this is in lower competition, and this one is like kind of okay for you. Just suggest it will just suggest this much only. It's not an
Yeah.
app. It's kind of you can find on YouTube.
Okay. And also, I would suggest you a staircase method, ladder method. Use few of the keywords that are in the top, then use few of the keywords that are in the middle, and then use some of the keywords that are in the lower part. So you are able to target all the audiences in different segments. It's generally that some people just target very vague, like it has a very vague hashtag. Sometimes you need to be focused, and for that focus, you need to use some hashtags which are not having a lot of traction. That can help you a lot in getting a focus and getting your post likes. Anyone else would like to suggest anything or share any marketing campaign? Because I see that many of you are quite aware of social media marketing campaigns. So anyone else, just type it in the chat box if you have any question, yes or no, so that we can wrap it up. I think we have overshot the time. So please just type it in the chat box so we are clear here. I'll just get on the meet. Yes, clear. Others? What about others? Can we see something in the chat box? Yes or no? Okay, all right. Thank you, Om. Clear, Sabha?
Yes, sir.
Great. So I think if you have any question, reach out to your team leader. Okay. So I think we can wrap it up. Saurabh sir, Guru sir, what do you say? What do you think?
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered like all the basics of digital marketing, Anshuman. So at least the people who are not aware of like what all are the components of digital marketing, they got some brief overview of the topic. And as per the interest, right, the people can go ahead and attend the following sessions. If someone is very much interested in SEO, how if someone already has their blog or someone already have their YouTube channels as well, right? So how they can come up better in the SEO is just not about coming up top in the Google search, right? Even you can do SEO for your YouTube videos also, so that you start appearing the first page of the YouTube results, right? So that is also an example of like SEO, search engine optimization. So all those topics would be covered in subsequent sessions. So like overall, like I hope everyone learned a lot from this session, and I found it pretty interesting.
Absolutely. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in this session, and thank you, Ansh. Ansh has been like leading a lot of people. I think some of you are from his batch only. So, Ansh has been doing this. Ansh is currently He's also basically part of Crayons, and he's doing a lot of activities and doing a lot of research. So we thought, let's go ahead and share his learnings, because ideally that is what Crayon stands for, right? Wherein you share whatever you have learned, right? You want to share with others. So that is where we started this session. We have divided this into 5 sessions, but the first one is mostly an introductory part, wherein we tell you a lot about what all the possibilities there. But then we'll also dive deep into every single one of them. And I'm sure that you will love those sessions, and you can use that. Probably few of us would start our own business at some point of time, right? And these are some small pointers which would help you in that in that journey. So that is it then. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us and giving your valuable time. I'm sure that you would have loved the session, and even if you have not loved the session, but then just pour in all the feedbacks, so that we can improve on that, how we can go ahead and what could have been added so that it could be even more interesting for you. Just let us know, or through your leaders, let us know what all things can be added to make this an even better recipe. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you for it.
Thank you so much for joining me.
And thank you, Anshuman.
Thanks Anshuman. Thanks everyone for your time.
You sir.